Power on.
Hi everyone, my name's Tim Dunigan. I played Captain Power.
I'm a soldier of the future. I always have to do that. This is Jessica Steen. I played Jennifer Pilot Chase. Captain Power and a soldier.
That's right.
Future.
Just one soldier
Just
today.
one, yeah. Reunited after a bazillion years.
That's right. First time I've seen Jessica in about 15 years.
Oh my God.
And
looking better than ever.
that's right.
I might add there.
She's just stunningly beautiful. Now that's not me. That was my stuntman.
That is me. You must have been needed on set.
That was not me.
That's Pete, for sure.
Maybe that was me. That's not me, though.
That's certainly not you. Actually, that's your action figure.
That is. That's it.
Hawk Masterson. Yes, tactical systems expert. With my proton spanner.
Spanner.
Captain Power and the soldiers of the future.
Hey, it was a good opening. You gotta give him that. That was a good opening.
Oh, for sure. And every time I say, what was the show? I say, Captain Power and the soldiers of the future.
Now there you go.
Yeah, well, hairdo, 80s, hello. Wow, look at everybody's got the comb.
Unfortunately, my hairdo's pretty much the same. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
It's a little dark, I can't tell.
Oh.
Look at Sven.
He was a humongous man, wasn't he?
A humongous man.
He was a humongous man.
With a personality to match.
He used to always yell at me because I didn't lift weights. I just ran. He would yell at me, go lift weights.
Your forehead.
Your forehead. And did you see that button push there? How good was that?
Well, here's the thing
Just
about
made it up.
the
Made it all up.
consoles and the buttons and so forth. I always found it amazing. I don't know where they got the stuff. And making it look like we knew what we were doing, pushing them all. That was a...
Well, we had to rehearse this for a long time, I remember. Now, see, a true gentleman always takes off his gun belt when he dances with a pretty little lady.
Well, if he plans to get close, he better.
And here we go.
What a shorty.
Yeah.
And the boys.
And the boys in the back.
In the background. Swaying to and fro. Cute. So cute.
Our big bass right there. We spent a lot of time in that joint.
Holy moly.
I believe still have that outfit right there.
They let you keep that outfit? I have the little blue.
Sure,
blue
that's what
power
it
on.
was. They let me keep it. Uh-huh. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Meanwhile, back at the anthill.
I wish we could remember.
So that guy, so he was an AD.
This gentleman right here was one of our assistant directors.
Yeah. Sweetie Pie, and I can't remember his name.
But we're too old to remember. And poor David Hemblin.
Look at him.
Look at that guy. Look at that outfit.
I know, so much gear.
And a seventh. You will run the simulation, and you will keep running the simulation until this base is secure.
We never worked with David, Lord Dredd, of course.
I don't believe I ever had a scene with him.
I don't think we had scenes with him.
Mainly, I would just see each other in the hallway waiting to do scenes.
He worked alone a lot.
Yes.
Or, because we have, of course... And Sauron, of course, is not there either. He was a piece of tape on a C-stand.
That's correct.
Being the computer-generated guy that he was.
A usual day was early in makeup. I was lucky. My makeup was 10 minutes.
Donald Moffat.
Don Moffat.
And what was I love
the
that
hair.
Guy with the
They were great.
With the mustache.
And every week I'd have to go get my hair cut. They would buzz it. And And honestly, our days were very long and very laborious.
The place that we were shooting was an old bus shelter, bus depot, and so it was a shell of a building, and it had no insulation, which
And no air conditioning or heat.
Brutal, and in the winter was brutal.
It
Cold,
was
cold,
extremely.
hot.
I know, and the outfits were very hot, and the armor was strapped onto your body.
Well,
and
wait. Start below the. It starts with a spandex
Oh, that's
onesie. Which a spandex onesie that goes under the others. It was
Right.
a cotton stretchy onesie. Very hard to go to the bathroom.
Very
If you
much.
had to go to the bathroom, it was a long procedure. We had to take a long break.
Correct.
Harder for me.
But now here's the other
was-
thing. It was so hot that I remember drinking water all day long and never going to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's true. I know. So you had the cotton onesie on, and then you had the thick spandex with the rubber stuff glued on it. I mean, it
That's
had
right.
rubber latex, neoprene
Right.
type,
So it was extremely
and
hot.
then the armor on top of that, and leather gauntlets and leather boots, and as you can see, quite smoky.
That's at the back of the building right there. We use that set very much.
The smoke they use is like a bee. It's what they use to flush bees out of hives. It's a frankincense, or it's like they use it in churches as well.
Like an incense.
Yeah, it's like a thick.
But it
Smelly
was,
incense.
there weren't many scenes without smoke.
No.
But my father always said, when you're angry, you make mistakes. He'll make one. When he does, we'll be there.
Nap time.
Oh, you're having a nap. You are having a nap.
Just a little one. There wasn't time to really rehearse.
We didn't rehearse stuff.
We didn't rehearse. We got in and shot because we would shoot, we'd shoot 9, 10 pages sometimes. I mean, yours was long, and with all this kind of stuff. And remember, every time you're watching these, okay, so you can tell that, okay, but you see the explosion? You see when the explosions, they had a gun, an air-powered rifle that would shoot little silver balls. They would hit you
Right.
with the balls, and they would.
It was early days of paintball.
And let me
Paint
tell
gun,
you,
or whatever it's called.
those guys those things hurt. Peter.
He's just the funniest.
Peter was.
He's just the
and
best.
Peter was a little bit of the leader to me. Peter kind of, on screen I was the leader of the, but off screen I think Peter was the guy kind of.
He's
kept it going.
He's social buffered guy because he's
Right.
fun, easy, but still get mad about stuff. And he's not. And we shared a wall between our dressing rooms. And they don't go to the ceiling.
The dressing
so
rooms,
we would be
right.
like pitching stuff over the top, like your soaking wet suits or whatever. It's just like.
And they didn't go to the top of the
No,
roof, so
yeah.
you could hear
Everything.
and there was no privacy. None.
No privacy. We were all living together
18 hours a day.
18 hours a day.
That's out back too, I think.
It felt like the only during that time, it felt like the only moment you had to yourself.
Right.
I rode my bike from home, which was way
Did you
on
really?
the other side of town, all the way over to where we were shooting on the west side. But
Now, see all these.
This-
we never.
yeah.
I have. This is the first time I've probably even seen this, because I wasn't in it,
no.
so I didn't.
Luckily, yeah. I mean, luckily, a lot of this stunty, actiony stuff could be done by stunt people.
Yeah. Because of the helmets and everything, it helped.
He's out of it for a while. Let's get out of here before reinforcements arrive.
And David had like 14 days of that shot right there. Every episode he had that shot.
The menace.
But it was very much more difficult for him because of that makeup.
But also, I don't think he could have pulled this off with the conviction that he did without the theater background that he had. You know what I mean?
The
'Cause
man
to be to do evil like that in an arch kind of
he's
way.
a Shakespearean actor.
Yeah.
I mean, a really fine actor.
Yeah.
Moving.
System disruption.
We're approaching the transit.
There I am in my Captain Kirk chair. Which, look at that thing. I'm just, yeah.
But
I
this
don't
is
know.
this is actually doing this job helped me get Armageddon because it was that faking your way around a console where you're touching stuff and going, yeah, that's
let me tell you, that's an art.
And I think I said I think I said in one of my auditions, I got 5 of them, proton spanner, and like I said, pulled out all these Captain Power terms to sound like I knew what I was talking about.
I forgot about all the background music behind the dialogue. It really was great. Yeah, it was really good. Oh, this is the Christmas, yeah.
'80s shoes.
Your shoes? Yeah. I still have my boots. I used them for years in the winter. They're very good. They're fur lined.
Oh yeah,
which was great in the summer. Let me just tell you that. My feet lost like 25 pounds. He was great.
so cute.
Was he?
Great smile.
God, we were young.
I don't remember his backstory.
His?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
What we'd lost and what we still had. War took them a week later. A long time after that, I decided these things were bad luck.
Very few times would you have any input in the scripts because there wasn't time, and when there wasn't time off, as I mentioned earlier, I'd go fly to Pittsburgh and put on the suit for Toys R Us, and do all that kind of stuff too, or the Pepsi ads or whatever it was. It was a very full time, but I mean on set with the. Especially with Peter Benison and Cameron and all those guys, and
Peter Benison.
They very much got were helpful, and if you said I don't feel they'd back you up. You know what, we agree, or and the directors, remember they were bringing in directors, so we'd get a director sometime come back. But the new directors we would have sometimes we'd have to say to them, no, that won't work, or nah, that we usually do it like this, or whatever it was, but you're learning one script while you're filming one script, and it was every day, and honestly, the writers were good enough; they didn't need our help. They really were very good.
I think the only times I found frustrating were at the ship helm. There were times when because you're so stationary and you're looking out of the crew looking in at you, your imagination had to be pretty, strong, because creating the entire drama and visuals and trying to make these buttons work, then it felt like often the terminology is so not associative to anything.
That was it.
That you're just like, my memory will not latch on to this stuff.
That's correct. There was an episode, I don't remember which one, but I remember it was in the power base. And it must have been, I don't know, a whole paragraph. And it was nothing but technical terms.
Yeah.
I mean, and I finally said, I have no idea what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and it's coming off that way. So I remember they gave me some help.
Yeah.
First of all, they explained what I was saying. And number two, we changed a couple things that sometimes writers write wonderful things, but they don't read it aloud. So they never try to say it all in a line. And it's almost impossible sometimes to certain lines. You just can't get them out. So other than that, though,
Yeah, I think
bad.
even if you could add, you could move. I don't know. Yeah, the ship was the hardest.
Sure, it's hard.
Yeah, but I don't recall having.
Now, like these characters, the computer animated characters, we never saw them until the show aired.
we saw a picture, but it's hard to.
Sometimes when we'd go to a looping session, there might be the outline of it that you would be working off, but I never saw the animated finished product till the show was on TV.
It would have been funny if you could go into all of our minds and try and visualize what we were all trying to be afraid of all the time. We're like running from this piece of tape. It's like, what are we actually picturing?
Right.
A grizzly bear, or I don't know, like,
just whatever worked for you at the time,
I know.
Wait, I am not quite dead.
Often, unless you really commit to something, you do feel silly if you pop out of it at all and go, what are we doing? We're playing dress up and running around and doing pew, 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 pew. It felt silly, but that's why you get caught between getting too caught up in it and being disappointed if you don't feel like you're selling everything, if you don't understand what you're saying or whatever, and then also being too light with it, because then you're not in it either. It's an interesting conundrum, kind of.
And you want to make it that this is their daily life. This isn't them,
at
just
the peak of every
saying
moment,
this big speech or anything. This is what they do on a daily basis. They live and communicate every day this way. And I thought, as a cast, that worked very well on this show. After doing many other shows that it didn't. You could feel the difference, when you got a good cast and crew. As an actor, you know it as soon as you hit that set, that you can just feel it, it's different. And this was always there was so much going on that it ran pretty well. There was times you would come in at 7, 8 in the morning, you may not film till 6 that evening, but you filmed. You would film something, and that was part of it. As Cary Grant says, I act for free, they pay me to wait. And that was on this show. Luckily me, I was in a lot of scenes, but I know David, for example, sat around a lot and had to wait and then be right on the mark. That was a different factory. They took us to and down someplace in Toronto, I remember.
It was a big show. Big show for Toronto at the time. I think everybody was talking about it. It was far more epic than anything that had come down, from what I gather. And so many people started here. Stunt people, and they probably increased the union in those departments.
Not to mention the computer animated guys. Yeah. Those guys went on. They're the top of there is. So. We broke a lot of ground on this show, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of this show for what it was at the time we made it.
Yeah, a lot of people cut their teeth on it. And it was great for art direction and,
wonderful.
All the guys.
Maximum burn, my lord.
Picking up anything, Scout?
Not a peep. Strangely quiet out there.
I will be within their sensor range shortly, my lord.
Do it now.
The toy element and the post-apocalyptic violent element was the reason why I was reluctant to do it for too long. For my own, like, I don't know, just where you put your energy. I did end up learning a really important lesson from that, in that a lot of young girls watched the show, and I did have good impact. They wrote to me and said things. And of course you don't know that until they start airing. People start writing back or whatever. I just didn't anticipate that. I was 19 or 20 or whatever, and so that was a good lesson. But at the time I was like, the nature. It just felt dark to me, the nature of the material, and so
it was a little overwhelming for me. I had done a series for NBC before this, and the main thing was, I had been fired off a hit series before this, and that was devastating for me on the A-Team, and especially when the reason was given that I was too tall and I made Mr. T look too small, which I don't know if that was true or not, but that's what Stephen Cannell told me. And, but I was, it made me more determined to not afraid to fail at certain things. But what helped this show really, when I got to it, I didn't realize really how big, the issue of the toy was going to be. The toy had nothing to do with my daily life on this show. I mean, really, we had nothing to do with it.
No, but when I first went for the tour through the space,
right,
and we were talking about doing it, I was just like, but come down and see what we're making, and so I went and looked, and people would ask, what are you working on?
Right.
That was part of the sound bite that you would give, is that and then I liked, and I'm surprised that interactive television didn't go on to be more than...
I agree.
I thought it was going to be groundbreaking even if it started like this, but ended up being more of a learning tool too, a way for kids to learn to read or spell or color coordinate or, do things, you could interact with the television. I was surprised that it didn't take off.
Check power levels.
We took a few hits, but we've still got plenty of power.
Energy systems full.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah, we'll both be right back.
Right back.
After these words from our sponsors.